Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to go over the teaser trailer that finally came out for Final Destination Bloodlines, as well as share a theory that I do have regarding the upcoming movie. So let's get into it.
What is your favorite scary movie? I want to play a game. Where the hell's Andy?
So, right off the bat, we start off with this girl getting her tongue pierced. Now, I have never had my tongue pierced, but I have heard that it's not as painful as some of the other piercings. If any of you have your tongue pierced, please leave me a comment down below and let me know your experience with it. So we start off with her, she's getting her tongue pierced by a guy named Eric, who is played by Richard Harmon, I believe is his name. If it's not, I'll just leave it somewhere on the screen. But he is getting, he's piercing her tongue, just kind of chit-chatting about how his father passed away and how they are having to basically close the shop down. And so I'm assuming she's probably the last customer. He's cleaning his little needles and whatnot. And as he's doing so, he turns his phone on to Eric's sad playlist, which I thought was kind of funny because I also have my own playlist, which is filled with so many sad songs. I have to listen to it like daily. So that was kind of funny. And as that's all happening, we start to see things slowly unfold. And what I mean by that is cups are falling, a jug of alcohol, I'm assuming it is alcohol, starts, it spills on the floor. He sees it, whatever. And then I forgot to mention there are chains around the ceiling fan where he works, which it's a little odd to me. I don't know how old that place is to kind of have that kind of, because I've never seen chains are not supposed to be attached to the ceiling fan for safety reasons. Eventually, it does. The chain catches onto his nose piercing that he has, or it's a septum piercing. Also, I did have a septum piercing, and I always had a fear of it catching on a shirt or something, and I ended up taking it out. But so I can kind of see like that actually did scare me a little bit when I got it. So if any of you have a septum piercing as well, leave me in the let me know in the comments down below. My God. Let me know. And have you ever had, kind of fears of it catching on to something? You probably do. If you haven't, you probably do now after watching the trailer. Or should I? It's really just a clip of the film, but each to their own. But it catches on to his nose ring, and he is, of course, frantically trying to get it off, as one would. And then he eventually climbs on top of a glass counter of some sort. And as he's messing with his piercing and the chain, trying to get it off, he falls, or he breaks the glass on the counter. And then somehow he swings from one side of the place to the other side, which reminded me of a little bit of Spider-Man in a way. And then he immediately just falls down to fire, basically. So the alcohol jug somehow catches on fire to something. And so as it does, he falls and we see him start to get burnt. And then that's when the title card comes up. Oh, you know what, you guys? You're probably going to get a glimpse of my cat. Hello. What are you doing? You okay. Where was I? The title card, as soon as he falls to the fire, card comes on, says death runs in the family, and then it just ends there, basically. So that was all of the teaser trailer. Was really just a shot of a scene in the movie, basically, which I think, as much as people did not like that, it either gave away too much or it did not show enough. I personally think it was as good as they could do, because with this film, the whole point of these movies is the death scenes. Now, I have heard from a couple of people that what we see in this scene is basically how we interpreted the ending is not going to be how it actually ends up being in the end. So what I mean by that is basically we see it end with him being on fire, falling into the pit of fire. But apparently that's not how he dies, or that whole scene is not what we are expecting it to be. So I'm thinking there is more to the scene, of course, because there always is. And so I'm really glad, because I didn't even think that it spoiled really anything. I mean, yeah, we saw like a death, but you know, the opening disaster is what I really don't want them to spoil in the next actual trailer, just because that's like the most important part of these movies, I think, is the opening disaster. I'm so excited. I have waited 14 years for this movie, you guys, and I'm sure a lot of you that are watching probably have been waiting around the same amount of time as me. And I am really just excited that we are finally here. This got first announced in 2019, and it's now 2025. Now I want to get into a theory that I do have about the movie, and it's just like one theory, because I'm trying not to get too spoiled and not really look into too much of this movie yet. But I have a theory that I think the opening disaster is going to be a flashback, and which I think it takes place in 1969, with the if there is, like, if we actually do see a flashback, I think it's 19 going to be in 1969, because on the front door, when we first see this teaser, as soon as the girl walks out and we see New Line Cinema on the door, if you pause there and kind of zoom in, I'll try to put it up here on the screen. It does say 1969. And we know that that scene does not take place in 1969, based off of the dialogue that Eric says to the girl. But that's all I have for you guys. I know this was a little bit of a ramble and a little bit all over the place. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. And if you've watched the whole way through, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And also, please give this video a thumbs up, as well as subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Also, I am trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the month. I am currently at 65, so thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm going to do my best to upload more frequently. Thank you guys once again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.
I'll see you soon.